अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा। अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण। है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन। देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, कर ले अभिवादन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा। अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा। अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। ज्योति बिंदु के प्रेम सिंधु में चल आज निहाले। परम पिता का प्रेम पात्र बन कर तू शुभ वर पाले। किरण किरण को निरख नयन से, ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से, को जा मन में मगन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा। अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन परमानंद का अनुभव कर ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू धन्य बना जीवन ज्योति बिंदु ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे कर ले अभिवादन ज्योति बिंदु ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन परमानंद का अनुभव कर ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर तू धन्य बना जीवन ज्योति बिंदु ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन ज्योति बिंदु के प्रेम सिंधु में चल आज निहाले परम पिता का प्रेम पात्र बन कर तू शुभ वर पाले किरण किरण को निरख नयन से ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से को जा मन में मगन ज्योति बिंदु ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन अब चल कर ले मिलन परमात्मा से। हे मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से। है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण। है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन। देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, कर ले अभिवादन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से। है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। परमात्मा से। हे मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से। है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण। है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन। देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, कर ले अभिवादन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से। है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से। है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। ज्योति बिंदु के प्रेम सिंधु में चल आज निहाले। परम पिता का प्रेम पात्र बन कर तू शुभ वर पाले। किरण किरण को निरख नयन से, ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से, को जा मन में मगन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से। है मेरी आत्मा अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अनुभव कर, ओ परमानंद का अनुभव कर, तू धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन, अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण, है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे तू सारा जीवन। देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे, कर ले अभिवादन। ज्योति बिंदु, ज्योति बिंदु
अच्युतं केशवं राम नारायणं कृष्ण दामोदरं वासुदेवं हरि।
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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव।
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव।
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव।
श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव।
Testing 1, 2, 3. Sound check 1. Sound check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Members of the Beery family, family members, neighbors, friends, well-wishers. Supreme Sadar Namaste, Sitaram, Salam Alaikum, good morning. We are all assembled here today to join with this family in a very sad moment, a moment that we not expecting, but it dawns on us. And here we all come together, preparing our minds and bodies to join with this family to witness the Antyeshti Sanskar of the late Lilautie. I must say I have known this family for quite a long while. And we all joined together as we know that she was the daughter of Jagrani Sipasad Kalu, the husband of Lincoln Ganase, who has left us. She was the mother of Winston, Shannon, Sharon, Videsh, Vishnu, Anand, the sister of Binod, Jumati, Ruplal, deceased, Gaga, deceased, Loma, deceased, grandmother of Robin, Reshma, Vimal, Salisha, Anita, Salina, and Anaya. Also, the great-grandmother of Shiva, aunt and cousin of many, daughter-in-law of Sunny and Polly Ganesh, mother-in-law of Tony, Vijay, Camelia, and Patricia, and sister-in-law of Pinky, Mati, Sundar, Krishna, friend, and many. So I would like you all to let us put our hands together as we engage in prayer and devotion to God. Shanno mitraha sham varunah Shanno bhavat varyama Shanna indro brihaspatihi Shanno vishnurukramah Namo brahmane namaste vayo Tvameva pratyaksham brahmasi Tvameva pratyaksham brahma varishyami Ritam varishyami Satyam varishyami Tanma mavatu tadvaktaram avatu avatu mam avatu vaktaram. May you, O Supreme Being, friend of all, the holiest of all, under control of the universe, be merciful unto us. May you, Almighty One, Lord of the universe and support of all, endow us with knowledge and power. May you, O omnipresent and omnipotent being, shower your blessings all around us. We bow unto you, O most powerful and supreme being, that you alone are the omniscient one whom we feel within our hearts. We will call you and you alone the true one. Your will as truly revealed in the Vedas will we obey and preach. We be truthful in word, deed, and thought. You are our shelter. May you protect us, who study and contemplate your nature, who speak only the truth, so that our understanding may be firm in your will and never turn away from it. Your will is truth and righteousness, and that which is contrary to your will is untruth and unrighteousness. May you again shelter and protect us. O Lord, be merciful and grant this our prayer, for which we shall feel ever and ever grateful. Let there be peace in the heavenly regions, in the middle regions, and on earth. And now we shall do a bhajan. You can come and sit now. Bhajan Abasaupadia. I think most of you are familiar with this bhajan. But what is more important about this bhajan is really what it tells us. So I invite you to join with me in this bhajan. Abasaupadia is जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में, सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में है, जीत तुम्हारे हाथों में है, हार तुम्हारे हाथों में है, हार तुम्हारे हाथों में। अब सौंपदिया इस जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में, सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में. And the bhajan says, this very first verse, that Lord, now I surrender and dedicate into your hands, O Lord, all the problems and strains of my life, because I realize that all victory and defeat can be had only from your hands. मेरा निश्चय है एक यही, एक बार तुम्हें पा जाओ मैं. मेरा निश्चय है एक यही, एक बार तुम्हें पा जाओ मैं. अर्पण कर दो जगते भर का सब प्यार तुम्हारे हाथों में, सब प्यार तुम्हारे हाथों में. And it says that my sole resolve is to realize your nature. So I dedicate into your hands all the love I can find to offer you in this world. या तुम जग से दूर रहो और जग में रहो तू ऐसी रहो. या तुम जग से दूर रहो और जग में रहो तू ऐसी रहो. इस पार तुम्हारे हाथों में, उस पार तुम्हारे हाथों में, उस पार तुम्हारे हाथों में. And this verse says, either I remain aloof from the world, or I reside in the world with the consciousness of your blessed hands being on all sides. यदि मानुष्य ही मुझे जन्म मिले, तब तो चरणों का पुजारी रहो. यदि मानुष्य ही मुझे जन्म मिले, तब तो चरणों का पुजारी रहो. मुझ पूजक की एक रग रग का होतार तुम्हारे हाथों में, होतार तुम्हारे हाथों में. And this verse says that if I should ever be reborn as a human being, let me remain as one who worship at your lotus feet. And let every limb of mine, the worshipper, be firmly placed in your hands. जब जब संसार का बंदी बन दरबार में तेरे आओ मैं. जब जब संसार का बंदे बन दरबार में तेरे आओ मैं, हो मेरे पापों का निर्णय सरकार तुम्हारे हाथों में, सरकार तुम्हारे हाथों में. Whenever I become a prisoner in the world, that is, whenever I am born, may I always come to your court so that I can have the final decision in respect of my sin. Because the power of fair judgment is only in your hands. मुझ में तुझ में है भेद यही, मैं नर हूँ तू नारायण है. मुझ में तुझ में है भेद यही, मैं नर हूँ तू नारायण है. मैं हो संसार के हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे हाथों में, संसार तुम्हारे हाथों में. And this beautiful verse tells us that the fundamental difference between you and me, O Lord, is that while I am human, you are the master of all humans. I am in the hands of the world, whereas the world rests in your hands. अब सौंप इस जीवन का सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में, सब भार तुम्हारे हाथों में. And now I shall chant some very special mantras. Mantras entitled Brahm Stotra. And these are mantras and salutations to that Supreme Being, Almighty God. Namaste Satete Jagat Karanaya, Namaste Chite Sarvalokasrayaya, Namo Dvaitatvaya Mukti Pradaya, Namo Brahmane Vyapine Shashvataya. Salutations to you, O Supreme One, Eternal Lord, cause and support of the universe. Salutations to you, O source of consciousness, source of happiness and giver of bliss. Over and over again, we salute you, O all-pervading One. Tvamekam Sharanyam, Tvamekam Varenyam, Tvamekam Jagatapalakam Swaprakasham, Tvamekam Jagatakatri Patri Pratri, Tvamekam Param Nischilam Nirvikalpam. You alone, our protector and the maintainer of the universe. You are self-effulgent. You alone are the cause and sustainer and the dissolver of the universe. You are the greatest of all, unchangeable and formless. Bhayanam bhayam bhishanam bhishananam, gatihi praninam pavanam pavanaram, bahochvet padanam Niyantri tvamekam paresham param rakshanam rakshananam. And this verse says that you are feared by the fearless. You are the ruler of rulers and the highest of the high. You are the protector of protectors, the purity in the purest ones, and the way of all mankind. Vayam tvam swaramo, vayam tvam bhajamo, vayam tvam jagat sakshirupam namama, sadekam nidhanam niralam bhabisham, bhavam bodhipotam sharanyam vrajamaha. You are always present in our minds. May we always study your divine nature, and may we adore you alone on the basis of the testimony of the manifest universe. You are the support of all, but yourself supporting. O Supreme One, you are alone our guide in the sea of life, and may we realize you. Natasya kaschet patirasti loke nachaiv shitanaiv chatasya lingam sakaranam karanadhipadhipo nachasya kaschet janitana chadipaha. There is no one above you, and no ruler greater than you. You are formless and without an image. You are the cause of all causes, and you are unborn. Tamishwaranam paramam maheshwaram, tam devatanam paramam hidevatam, patim patinam paramam parastad, vidam devam bhuvaneshamidhayam. You are the Lord of all lords. You are worthy of contemplation and study by great men. You are the Master of masters, O ruler of the universe. May we always recount your attributes and think of you. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, tvameva vedya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. You alone our mother, and you alone our father. You alone our relative and our greatest friend. You alone our wealth and knowledge. You are our all in all, our only Deva. Om Shantish, Shantish, Shanti. And now the, it's not here. Okay, all right, yeah, let them come on now, and then, how our program working with you know? I don't want to go too long. And now I'll.
भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन कृतितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीं अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। Now we will chant some verses from Bhagavad Gita chapter 8. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. अथ अष्टमोऽध्यायः अर्जुन उवाच किं तद्ब्रह्म किमध्यात्मं किं कर्म पुरुषोत्तम अधिभूतं च किं प्रोक्तम् अधिदैवं किमुच्यते अधियज्ञः कथं कोत्र देहेऽस्मिन् मधुसूदन प्रयाणकाले च कथं ज्ञेयोऽसि नियतात्मभिः। श्रीभगवानुवाच अक्षरं ब्रह्म परमं स्वभावोऽध्यात्ममुच्यते भूतभावोद्भवकरः विसर्गकर्मसंज्ञितः अधिभूतं क्षरो भावः पुरुषश्चाधिदैवतम् अधियज्ञोऽहमेवात्र देहे देहभृतां वर अन्तकाले च मामेव स्मरन् मुक्त्वा कलेवरं यः प्रयाति समद्भावं याति नास्त्यत्र संशयः यं यं वापि स्मरन् भावं त्यजत्यन्ते कलेवरं तं तमेवैति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भावभावितः तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु मामनुस्मरयुध्य च मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिः मामेवैष्यस्य संशयम् अभ्यासयोगयुक्तेन चेतसा नान्यगामिना परमं पुरुषं दिव्यं याति पार्थानुचिन्तयन् कविं पुराणम् अनुशासितारम् अनोरणीयां समनुस्मरेद्यः सर्वस्य धातारमचिन्त्य रूपम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् प्रयाणकाले मनसाचलेन भक्त्या युक्तो योगबलेन चैव भ्रुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक् सतं परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यं यदक्षरं वेदविदो वदन्ति विशन्ति यद्यतयो वीतरागाः यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण प्रवक्ष्ये सर्वद्वाराणि संयम्य मनोहृदि निरुध्य च मूर्ध्याध्यायात्मनः प्राणम् आस्थितो योगधारणाम् ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म व्याहरन् मामनुस्मरन् यः प्रयाति त्यजन् देहं स याति परमां गतिम् अनन्यचेता सततं यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः मामुपेत्य पुनर्जन्म दुःखालयमशाश्वतं नाप्नुवन्ति महात्मानः संसिद्धिं परमां गताः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
Thank you very much for the beautiful rendition of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, and it was well done. And I'm sure everyone enjoyed listening to the chanting of the Bhagavad Gita. I would like to take this opportunity. Swamiji is supposed to be here, but I know he will be here shortly. So in the meantime, I will take this opportunity just to say a few words that this family, as I said earlier, I have known this family a long time, and my parents was familiar with them, and it's coming from a long way. At that time, I lived in Phoenix Park. Now I'm living right here. So I've changed my residence. So to the Biri family, the Ganesh family, and all the family members, today is a sad day that we all have to come together to join with this family in this Antyeshti Sanskar. And so, in this situation, there are many questions asked in relation to life and death. Questions that have been asked from time immemorial. Even today, some of these questions have been asked. And it says that, as we know, we face life and death. And the question is that he who is born shall die sooner or later. And this is something that we need to always keep in our mind. It is natural, it is nature. And we are not here to make stone, as you know, the normal saying. We are here just for a short period in which we give our best to the Lord, to Almighty God, Paramatma, and then we disappear again. So what you are in life, whether you are a prime minister or whatever position you hold in life, let us know in our mind that death will come. In fact, in short, all living beings must experience life and death. Right? So some of the questions that are asked is, why do we fear death? Right? Why do we feel so much sorrow? Why do we worry so much about dying? What happens after death? And these are some of the questions keep pondering in our mind, you know. So there is no need to fear death. Death, as we know, is simply the separation of the eternal soul from the perishable body. The body is disposed of by burial or cremation. For the soul, it is a moment of transition from one state of consciousness to another. Each state is a part of a journey intended for full development and growth until the final destination. So, there is infinite grief and sorrow on hearing of death. And this is because instead of being trustees to our children and loved ones on behalf of God, we develop possessiveness, ownership, and attachment. To accept and understand that, we have to know more about the soul and about the body, and to have wisdom, intuitive wisdom and faith in that supreme Almighty God. It is only then you will understand life and be free from the fear of death. So there is a beautiful mantra that says, Vedahamitam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Purastad Tameva Viditva Timbrityumeti Nanya Panta Vidyatenai. And this mantra is taken from the Yajurveda. And it says that supreme entity transcends the dark, lifeless, primordial matter. He is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, and also dazzling brilliant. Man conquers his fears of death only through his intuitive perception of the supreme entity. Apart from this, there is no release from the ever-revolving cycle of birth and death, and the attendant of all kinds of suffering and unhappiness. So this is the meaning taken from the Yajurveda. But to proceed on and make it shorter, it says also that I know God, I know that God who is great, who is all light and beyond darkness. Only by knowing him, one transcends death. There exists no other way for refuge. We look at this, we say man is mortal and is bound by three kinds of suffering. There is sufferings of the body, of the mind, and the soul. Death, physical and mental pain torment man. And the question is, how can he seek release from these tortures? The material pleasures of the world are transient. Pleasures that gratify the senses are not accompanied by lasting happiness. Rejoicing is not conducive to lasting bliss. So therefore, this mantra from the Yajurveda says, it underlines that there is no other path of release from the eternal cycle of birth and death, but God realization or moksha. As we know, that one of the fundamental principles of Sanatana Dharma is to attain moksha or God realization. At this point, I would like to say welcome to our MP Rutranath. May you come and have a seat somewhere. Anand, see if you could get a seat for the MP. Sorry about that. Right. So what I was saying, that the fundamental principle of Sanatana Dharma, of all Hindus, is to attain moksha, or God realization. That is one of our fundamental principles, right? Only by understanding that Supreme Being can man realize his ultimate goal, which is moksha. So the scriptures affirm that Rite Janatna Mukti, meaning that without knowledge, right, there is no salvation, right? Without knowledge, there is no salvation. So it says that jap, the performance of jap, the performance of tapa or tapasya, austerities, meditation, right? And in addition to single-minded devotion and the performance of actions with detachment are the different roads leading to God realization. So the true reality is a personal awareness of God, right, brought about by the acquisition of knowledge. So it is important that we acquire knowledge. Hence, it was so, just not long ago, that these beautiful children recited chapter 8 of the Bhagavad Gita so beautifully. And in reciting, it's not only reciting, but the knowledge that it contains in these chapters. We need to make time to study, read, study, and understand. And this will bring about changes in our life. So in meditation, the stillness of the mind and body, and during that state, there is total oblivion. It is something difficult to describe, but in that state of meditation, this is what happened. Everything falls away. All negativities fall away, and the body is renewed through that state of meditation. So this word moksha or mukti, what it tells us that, in simple terms, to be free from sufferings of all kinds, to be free from the eternal cycle of birth and death, and to experience God realization. So this is exactly what is moksha. Again, as we know, after death, friends, the Atma, right, enters the emptiness of the cosmos, and as preordained, according to its karma, it takes birth again. I would like to quote a mantra from the Yajurveda that says, Vayur anilam amritam athedam bhasmantam shariram Om kratosmara kritam smara kratosmara kritam smara. And this is where God speaks to man. But to break down this mantra, it says, Om, as we know, is the highest name of God. Vayur, that wind-like soul. Anilam, immaterial. Amritam, mean deathless. Athedam, bhasmantam, shariram. The word bhasmantam means it ends up in ashes. The word shariram means the body. You say this body ends up in ashes, right? Om kratosmara kritam smara. It says, O active soul, remember God, remember Him for courage, and remember Him for your deeds. So to summarize this mantra, as I say, taken from the Yajurveda, and it speaks to man by saying, O man, the soul is not material, and so cannot be destroyed like the body. It is immortal and eternal, while the body ends up in ashes. Therefore, O man, remember that Supreme Being Om always. Recall your past actions, and in this way, you shall gain the goal of life, that is liberation or emancipation. Also, I would like to quote from the Ramcharitmanas. We look at the time when Sri Ram was alive and how he lived and how the people were at that time. We look at now and we ask many questions, right? So I would like to just read this chopai. It says, Daihika bhautika tapa Rama rajanahi kahuna vyapa Sabana karhi parasapara priti shalihi sadharma nirata surtiniti. And what it says here that in the whole of Sri Ram's kingdom, no one suffered from bodily pain or pain caused by natural disasters or by other beings. All men love one another and follow their prescribed duties according to the teachings of the Vedas. Sabana dharma ratapuni nar arunari chatur sabaguni. Sabagunagya pandit sabagyani. Sabakritagya nahi kapata seyani. And what it says here, that all people were sincere and good-mannered, were good-natured. Everyone, men and women, was intelligent and accomplished. All were virtuous, knowledgeable and wise. There was gratitude and appreciation in due pleasure for all, and there was no deceit and cunning in the minds of people. I just bring this to let you know how beautiful it was during the time of Ram Raj and how people lived during those times, right? So when we go back to history, and this is what we get. Again, there's a beautiful chaupai that I love, and to me it's very meaningful on occasions like this. It says, Bade bhag manush tanupava, sura duralabha sabha granta nigawa, sadhana dhama moksha karadwara, paina jahi para loka savara. And it says that, and this is coming from the Uttarakhand, and it is said that it is only by good fortune that one secures this human birth. I would say over that again, that it is only by good fortune that one secures this human birth. This human body, it is a shrine, a sacred place, a mandir, suitable for spiritual endeavors, sadhana dharma moksha karadwara, and is the gateway to liberation. And this is how, again it says that no one should fail to earn a good destiny hereafter on attaining this human body. So here it is telling you the greatness of life and the greatness of this human body. But how do we keep it? What do we do? You know, when we go to the hospitals and these health centers, we see so many people sick. And we ask the question, why? Why? And it's telling us something here, that this human body is a shrine, this is a sacred place, only suitable for spiritual endeavors. You know something, when we engage ourselves in spirituality, something happens. All stresses and strains leave this body, right? When we accumulate stress daily in our lives, stress is a very slow killer, right? From stress, anything could happen. We could get a heart attack. We could get high blood pressure. We could become diabetic, right? We need to take our minds in a direction that would alleviate us from stress and strain. So paratra dukapava hi sir, dhuni dhuni pachatai, kala hi karmini ishwarahi, mitya dosa lagaya. You know what it tells us here? And he who fails to use this human birth wisely, who wastes this opportunity, he reaps torture in the other world and beats his head in remorse, wrongfully attributing the blame on time, fate, and God. There's one more again that says, Ehitana karapala vishayana bhayi, swarko solpa duk anta dukadai, naratana pai vishan manadehi, paliti sudha tesut visha lehi. And what it says, sensuous enjoyment, O brethren, is not the be-all and the end-all of all human existence. My friends, all enjoyment comes to an end and leads to sorrow. And those who ignorantly and foolishly devote their minds to the pleasures of the senses, after attaining this human body, are indeed taking poison in exchange for nectar. So, this here is given us from the Ramcharitmanas messages and instructions that how we should take care of our bodies. And I want to go back to the science of yoga, which is our scriptures. The science of yoga, it is a science and it's not a religion. The practice of yoga is 100% positive that you get result in the practice of yoga. And you realize during the time of Ramaraj, nobody was sick and nobody suffered. You know why? Because they followed the prescribed duties. They followed these tenets of yoga and devotion to God. If it was so then, it can be so now with you. All depends on how you channel your mind. So, I want to end by saying that all accumulation comes to an end by depletion. Elevation ends by crumbling and falling. And union ends by separation. And life ends by death. And it says, as a ripe fruit must inevitably fall to the ground, so must man, born, inevitably perish. Again, just as a building supported by strong pillars decays in time and comes down, so do men pass away, victims of age and death. Right? My friends, death travels with one. Death rests with one. However far one goes, one cannot leave death behind. Right? And just like a stream that never reverses its course, so one's life lessens. So one's life ever lessens in duration. One must therefore strive for happiness through righteousness, For it is well known that all men seek happiness. So in our life, that is all that we need. All that we need is happiness. So I would like to end up with one thing here. And it says here that the paradox of our age, that we have taller buildings, but shorter tempers, wider freeways, but narrower viewpoints. We spend more, but have less. We buy more, but enjoy less. We have bigger houses and smaller families. More conveniences, but less time. We have more degrees, but less common sense. More knowledge, but less judgment. More experts, but more problems. More medicine, but less wellness. We spend too recklessly, laugh too little. I want to tell you, laugh is important for us. When you laugh, you release all the stresses from your face, and it makes you look nice. So laughing is important, right? So laugh too little, drive too fast, get too angry and too quickly, stay up too late, get up too tired, read seldom, watch TV too late. We have multiplied our possessions, but reduced our values. We talk too much, love seldom, and lie too often. We have learned how to make a living, but not a life. We have added years to life, but not life to years. We have been all the way to the moon and back, but have trouble crossing the street to meet the neighbor. We have conquered outer space, but not inner space. We have done larger things, but not better things. We have cleaned up the air, but polluted the soul. We have split the atom, but not our prejudice. We write more, but learn less. Plan more, but accomplish less. We have learned to rush, but not to wait. We have higher incomes, but lower morals. More food, but less appeasement. More acquaintances, but fewer friends. More effort, but less success. We build more computers to hold more information, to produce more copies than ever, but have less communication. We have become long on quantity, but short on quality. These are the times of fast foods and low digestion, tall men and short character, steep profits and shallow relationship. These are the times of world peace, but domestic warfare. More leisure and less fun. More kinds of food, but less nutrition. These are the days of two incomes, but more divorce. Of fancier houses, but broken homes. And finally, these are the days of quick trips, disposable diapers and throwaway morality, one-night stands, overweight bodies, and pills that do everything from cheer to quiet to kill. It is a time when there is much in the show window and nothing in the stockroom. Indeed, it's all true. Think about it. So this is some information that I'd like to share this information with you. Now at this point, we are fortunate to have our MP Rudy Indar Singh, and I would like to take this opportunity to call him to the microphone. MP?
Thank you very much, Sitaram. Namaste, Hariom, and a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you who have gathered to pay our final respects to Aunty Lila. And this morning I'm joined by I think I see him there, the councillor for this electoral district, Councillor Ramchan, Rajbal Maharaj. And only, was it Monday, myself and Councillor Rajbal, we were in the community of Milton when we paid our final respects to Aunty Lila's sister who passed away. And we had decided that we will be here also based on the news that we got on that morning. And this morning, before I actually showered and so on, I got a telephone call from Shirley. Shirley, who has been abroad for the last couple of months. She called to indicate if you know Aunty Lila died. I said yes, and she said, well, if it is one thing I want to ask of you, make sure that you are on the way to that funeral. And I said yes to her because we had made our commitment and decision based on her sense of commitment, loyalty, and dedication to our party. This was a lady who traversed the length and breadth of Trinidad politically on behalf of our party. She had, I do not know how many of you are aware, she had a special yellow dress that she made, and she donned it. She made sure that wherever she was going politically, she had that yellow dress on, to the effect that she used words from time to time that she could be paralleled, or she used to look like the political leader of the United National Congress, Kamala Persad Bissessa. And what a strange twist of irony and fate. While she's exiting this earthly point of view this morning from the cremation of her mortal body, today is also the birthday of the political leader of the United National Congress. So I really do not know how it is aligned, but it's aligned in some kind of way. But I am here also to pay my homage to a mother, to a grandmother, a mother-in-law, to what she would have meant to each and every one of you in this community of Dow Village also. And she has been a pillar of strength, stability, not only from the point of view of her family, but by extension to this community. And sometimes it is important that we put on the record our sense of appreciation and thanks for whatever contribution she would have made in her very simple and very humble and committed and dedicated manner. Well, and I pay my sense of tribute, while I know her daughter is somewhere around too. I pay my sense of commendation to all and my condolences. I also want to tell Karen and Lystra and her grand niece and so on, continue to persevere in life, continue to have that sense of spiritual moorings and focus. This is the reality of life, birth and death. She probably was bonded with her sister in such a way that they were recalled from this earthly existence in such a short space of time in terms of their bond between each other. And this is how things occur from time to time. I pray that Lord Krishna will bless her soul to continue its journey, give members of the bereaved family that sense of comfort and strength to continue to uphold her legacy in terms of what she meant to each and every one of you. And indeed, we remember her for her sense of commitment, loyalty, and dedication. Sitaram, and thank you.
Thank you very much, MP Indar Singh. I know how to say that he's a very busy person, and he has taken time to be here to join with his family and to express his condolences to the family. So at this point in time, we'll have a beautiful child, coming to do a bhajan for us. So may you come now.
सीताराम। हे जगत पिता भगवान, हमें दो ज्ञान, तू ईश्वर प्यारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। हे जगत पिता भगवान, हमें दो ज्ञान, तू ईश्वर प्यारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। बचपन में होशन आया है, चौबन में पाप कमाया है। बचपन में होशन आया है, जीवन में पाप कमाया है। अब जाऊं कहाँ, विषयों ने मुझको मारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। हे जगत पिता भगवान, हमें दो ज्ञान, तू ईश्वर प्यारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। दिल मेरा तू यह कहता है, तू मन मंदिर में रहता है। दिल मेरा तू यह कहता है, तू मन मंदिर में रहता है। दिन रात बकता रह में दर दर मारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। हे जगत पिता भगवान, हमें दो ज्ञान, तू ईश्वर प्यारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। सीताराम।
Thank you. Sound check. Sound check. All right. She did that bhajan so beautifully. And what she's telling us, and that bhajan, that Lord, the Father of the universe, hey Jagat Pita, Bhagavan, Hame do jaan, right? Oh Lord, the Father of the universe, give unto me knowledge. You are the loving Lord and the sole support of all. And what it says that the boat of my life is caught up in the undercurrents of sin. I pray you to extend to me all your help and support to take it out from sin. Oh, I have spent my whole life in sin. Save me, O Lord. It is of your will. And now I will call upon the person now to do the eulogy. May you come forward.
Good morning, everyone. I am Robinson Wa. Most of the people know me here. I am her grandson, and they asked me to do this eulogy on behalf of her. So, Lilautie Ganase, also known as Lila, my grandmother, was the daughter of the late Jagrani and Sipasad Kalu. Lila was the sibling of Binud, Jumati, Rupal deceased, Gaga deceased, and Loma deceased. She was the second born of 6 children. Born and grew up in King Village, well known as Tambran Hill for its huge trees. At an early age, Lila met the love of her life, Boya, now deceased. Being the friend of his sisters, they both got even closer to each other. As time went by, they started their own family. Lila and Boya had their first child, Winston, also known as Papi. Shamin, also known as Momin, Sharan, Videsh, Vishnu, and after many years came the pet child of the family, Anand. Lila was known to many in different ways. She was an entertaining individual, always making her friends happy with jokes, always dancing and singing. Lila loved her dancing music. She was very fond of Sambodra chutney music, never the classical type. She loved it so much that she even asked Vimal, her grandson, to do a CD for her. And every time she see him, she would ask, "You do the CD for me, boy?" You know, by just saying this, you know the type of person my grandmother was. And, you know, if there's one thing that will rest in my heart for the rest of my life, is this memory of Sambodra. The reason for saying this, she will be down for my experience. And when you're trying to find something that could cheer her up, you just play a Sambodra. You know, and I'm sure she's smiling right now, and even wherever she is right now, she's present is here. I know she's probably dancing just by we saying Sambodra, you know, because she loves for Sambodra. The heart goes out to this person. So we enjoy that moment, and I'm sure everyone here knows this. So we have that memory, at least in our hearts, in the musical arena. Lila was such an entertaining person that any side you turn in the house is wig of different colors and styles, shak shak, gunguru, the thing for the foot to dance, and many more. The Honorable MP, Mr. Originat, he mentioned that she had yellow all clothing, but he forgot to mention she also had a wig. The wig was also yellow, you know, and her friends who is present here today could attest to that, you know. So she always a person who wants to go out, as we mentioned earlier. She's jolly, she's fun. And even up to her last day, she is that same person. Lila at all times would get herself involved in any activities in and around the area. Prayers, outings, meetings, neighbors get together, and little trips. And boy, she used to have fun. We all know she had no regrets. For Lila, everything for her couldn't have done without the mentioning of her neighbors. Until her last day at home, Timmy mother, Diane mother, baby mother, Anand mother, and the other ladies, we the family members of Lila would like to publicly thank you for your tremendous support to her and look forward for the continuous support. Lila lived a strong and healthy life. When downfall took her over with just a little fall, causing her to be confined to her wheelchair, well, that was her worst nightmare. She had so much confidence in herself that one day she would walk again. It never happened, but you know what? It never kept her back from doing anything. Just days before her passing, she cleaned and rearranged her home, again with the little help of her neighbor, Dylan. Now, I just want to say a little part on this, on how strong Mommy was. You know, we as humans, a little thing happened to us, and we feel like it's the end of the world. But to be in a wheelchair and the position, the amount of complicated situation she was dealing with in her life, she had that motivation. And sometimes I will ask, where is she getting this motivation from? Even to have a smile on her face. You know, so it touched my heart, and I find happiness in talking to her. You know, and you would expect that someone like that, they would want to see, you would have to put a smile on their face. But I could gladly say, she gave me comfort in my heart and a smile on my face every time I talk. She was never a person to wait on anyone to take her anywhere. Always liked to be on time. And mind you, if she only hears something happen somewhere, well, boy, she is there first in line, always giving her generous support in whatever way. She was a person always walking up and down, only for a good cause. And who say she didn't start with the wheelchair as well, wheeling herself all over, especially in the streets here. Lila loved her grandchildren. Until recently, I became her secret friend. She would have lengthy conversations with me, but no one never knew about it. Even though she is no longer with us, I would say nothing more than that was my friend. Tuma, I could still assure you that, you know, that whatever we spoke about, you know, that she always scared, you know, that people will, you know, she won't have no problem, she just want to have peace. And I don't need to say it again, but we all know the type of person she was, you know, and God bless her for that, you know. So, Ma, we will all miss you, but God knows best. We can't question him. Ma, all your pain and suffering is over. Until we meet again, may you continue to rest in paradise with the angels, whom we are jealous of now. Love you and goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving us that eulogy. At this point in time, I would like, may I kindly ask everyone to stand. Just stand up a little bit. And as we stand, let us all welcome our Swamiji. Swamiji, welcome. Okay, may you have your seat now. At this point in time, I'll call Swami to the microphone.
Pandit, Sitaram to everybody. I know there has been a lot of talking. I just saw the MP also going, so I'm sure he would have spoken here as well. I just want to tell one little thing in addition to all that has been said already. Right now we engage in a very big exercise of going to 108 temples across Trinidad and Tobago. We are at maybe number 99 or so today. And just now we finished Lanka Kand of Ramayana. And there is a wonderful episode in the Lanka Kand, which I want to share with you because it relates to the life of Lila. Robin spoke in the eulogy about all her good qualities, but I'm sure he missed out this one because Robin doesn't read Ramayana. I'm sure he missed out. I missed him most of his speech, but I'm sure he didn't. And the episode is this. Ravan's son, his eldest son, whose name was Meghnad. Now Ravan was a diabolical, wicked, sinister, evil fella, right? You all know that. And his son was equally wicked. Meghnad. His name was also Indrajit. And Indrajit got that name because he had conquered Indra, who is the king of the heavens. And Indrajit means the conqueror of Indra. And Ravan himself could not have conquered Indra. But his son conquered Indra. It means the son outdid the father. The son was so powerful. And both of them renowned throughout the world for being wicked. Yet, in the last breath, before he died on the battlefield, Lakshmana shot him to remove this evil from the world. And in his last breath, before he died, he called out the name of Bhagwan Shri Ram. He died with the name of Ram. Like Mahatma Gandhi ji died with the name of Ram on his lips. Meghnad died with the name of Ram on his lips. And because of that one act, in the last breath, all the Hanumanji, Nal and Neel, Jamwant, Sugriv, Angad, all of them who were there on Rama's side, all of them shouted out, not glory to Meghnad, not glory to Ravan, but Dhanya hai Mata, Dhanya hai Mata, glory, blessedness to that mother of Meghnad, who brought that son into the world, even though he lived a wicked life, but in his last breath, he chanted the name of Ram. And the glory goes to the mother. The glory did not go to Ravan. The glory did not go to the grandmother or the grandfather. The glory went to the mother. And from our standpoint, now that all the eulogy and all the other good things about Lila have been said, from our standpoint, glory to that mother who brought to Chinmay Mission and brought to all of us and brought to this village and brought to this town a daughter like Sharon who has dedicated her life to dharma, and glory like that always goes to the mother. All glory for children always go to the mother. And a householder's life is a failure if we have brought children into the world who becomes a burden to society. That those children should be a boon to society, not a burden. And anybody who brings a child who is a burden to society, that papa has to be shared by that householder also. But this mother has brought a daughter who has given her life to Sanatana Dharma. And today, all of your presence here stands testimony to the glory of this mother who brought such a daughter. So, with these few words, I want to say, like the Ramayana, Dhanya hai Mata, Dhanya hai Mata. Glory and greatness to that mother who could give to society such a gift. Even though she has gone, the gift will live on. And from the other members of the family also, I can tell that she has brought good children into this world who will become boons to, or who have become boons to society. And that is the success of a householder's life. In this tradition, she'll continue on. She'll be born in another family somewhere as a baby, and they will take care of her. And all the good karmas that she has done here in this life, she will take with her, and she'll receive the results of all of those good karmas also. So I'm sure she would be there now with some other family, and they will be rejoicing to have a baby in their house. And here we are mourning, but they're celebrating. So there is no need for anybody to worry. Life continues. The one who dwells in this body is eternal, keeps on going. That one doesn't die. He just drops the body. Vasamsi. Jirnani yatha vihaya. Like old clothes, we drop old clothes and we buy a new one. We drop this body and we take up a new body, and it goes on and on like that. So with all the punya karma she has done here, I know that she has a good gati or destiny, as the Shastras say. Lusya Bara Ramachandra ki jai.
Thank you, Swamiji, for that beautiful message. And we should really take note of that message. At this point, as I look at my watch now, time is on us. So at this point in time, we will have the flowers. Okay, the family, okay. Thank you. Good. So at this point in time, we have the family members to come and offer the flowers now. Okay, so you all will come first from here as I sing this bhajan. So all of you will come. You would take the mala, reverse it, and put it on there. Right? You all can take one. And then after we'll have the flowers offering. Okay, so we have the immediate family first. Okay, so we begin now. दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया जल्दी से दो सहारा मझधार में है नैया दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार की रचैया तुम बिन कोई हमारा रक्षक नहीं यहाँ पर तुम बिन कोई हमारा रक्षक नहीं यहाँ पर ढूंढा जहान सारा तुम सा नहीं रखया दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार की रचैया दुनिया में खूब देखा आंखें पसार करके दुनिया में खूब देखा आंखें पसार करके साथी नहीं हमारा माँ बाप और भैया दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया may stop. You can also have the flowers offering, okay? Offer. सुख के सभी है साथी दुनिया के मित्र सारे सुख के सभी है साथी दुनिया के मित्र सारे तेरा ही नाम प्यारा दुख दर्द से बचैया दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार की रचैया दुनिया में फंस के हमको हासिल हुआ न कुछ पल दुनिया में फंस के हमको हासिल हुआ न कुछ पल तेरे बिना हमारा कोई नहीं सुनैया दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया चारों तरफ से हम पर गम की घटा है छाई चारों तरफ से हम पर गम की घटा है छाई सुख का करो उजाला प्रकाश के करैया दुख दूर कर हमारा संसार की रचैया अच्छा बुरा है जैसा राजी में राम रहता अच्छा बुरा है जैसा राजी में राम रहता शिरा है यह तुम्हारा सदलियो सुधार भैया दुख दूर कर हमारा, संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा, मझधार में है नैया, दुख दूर कर हमारा, संसार के रचैया. Okay. Okay, go ahead. तुम ही हो माता पिता, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो माता पिता, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो साथी, तुम ही सहारे, कोई न अपना सेवा तुम्हारे. तुम ही हो साथी, तुम ही सहारे, कोई न अपना सेवा तुम्हारे. तुम ही हो नैया, तुम ही खिवैया, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो माता पिता, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो. जो खिल सके ना वो फूल हम हैं, तुम्हारे चरणों के धूल हम हैं. जो खिल सके ना वो फूल हम हैं, तुम्हारे चरणों के धूल हम हैं. दया के दृष्टि सदा ही रखना, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो माता पिता, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो. तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का ओम प्यारा, तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का ओम प्यारा, तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. चांद सूरज सितारे बनाए, पृथ्वी आकाश पर्वत सजाए. चांद सूरज सितारे बनाए, पृथ्वी आकाश पर्वत सजाए. अंत पाया नहीं तेरा, पाया नहीं पार बारा, तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. तू है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का ओम प्यारा, तू ही है रक्षक हमारा. अपने भक्ति मेरे मन लगाना, कष्ट नंदलाल के सब मिटाना, अपने भक्ति मेरे मन लगाना, कष्ट नंदलाल के सब मिटाना, दुखियों कंगालों का और धनवाल का तो सहारा, तो ही है रक्षक हमारा, जो है सच्चा पिता सारे संसार का ओम प्यारा, तो ही है रक्षक हमारा। At this point in time, I would just like to recognize Pandita Gokul, and also our dear Pandit. Yeah. At this point in time, I would, time is on us, so at this point I would kindly ask everyone to stand as we chant our closing prayer. Just hold up. Just hold your hand a little bit. Anandji. Let us bring our hands in Pranamasana. Before I chant, let me say, may Almighty, Supreme Being, Almighty God, Paramatma, bless this family and give them the health and the strength to overcome this sad loss of the family, the mother of the home. All right? So may God shower His blessings upon them and guide them in this journey of life. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhu cha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyat dukhabhag bhavet. Om dhyau shantirantariksha shanti, prithvi shanti rapa shanti, oshadaya shanti, vanaspataya shanti, vishvedeva shantir, brahma shantir, sarvagwang shanti, shanti reva shanti, sama shanti redhi. Om shanti shanti shanti. प्रेम से बोलो सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. Namaste, Sitaram to all. Okay, at this point in time, those who have not viewed the body, you can come and do so because we are about to leave. Time is on us. So kindly come forward and view. All right.
वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचानुरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare, Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare. जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो।
Oh, yes, yes. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, और कोई न केवल हारा हो, और कोई न केवल हारा हो, फिर तू ही मेरा पार करो, फिर तू ही मेरा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
आए भी अकेला, into this world we have come alone, और जाए भी अकेला, and in a similar manner, when we take our exit, we shall leave alone. 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला. When we do take stock for our lives, we realize that this life is a short visit to a mela. This is a world of strangers. No one is yours. Although everyone lives, I am still alone. आए भी अकेला और जाए।
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा। आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला। आए भी अकेला, जाए भी अकेला, 2 दिन की जिंदगी है, 2 दिन का मेला।
परमात्मा दे हे मेरी आत्मा अब चल अब चल कर ले मिलन। प्रभु की प्राप्ति का मूल मंत्र है संपूर्ण समर्पण। है आत्मा चल प्रभु को सौंप दे गुसारा जी। देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे। ओ देख प्रभु तेरे निकट विराजे। कर ले अदन ज्योति बिंदु। ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा। चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल ले मिलन। चल कर ले मिलन। परमानंद का अंकर हो। परमानंद अनुभव कर धन्य बना जीवन। ज्योति बिंदु बिंदु परमात्मा है मेरी आत्मा। अब चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल कर ले मिलन। ज्योति बिंदु के प्रेम सिंधु में चल आज निहाले। परम पिता का प्रेम पात्र बन कर तू शुभ वर पाले। किरण किरण को निरख नयन से। ओ किरण किरण को निरख नयन से। को जा मन में मगन। ज्योति बिंदु ज्योति बिंदु परमात्मा से है मेरी आत्मा। अब चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल कर ले मिलन। अब चल